Howdy ho, Andrew here, aka Kelp here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another episode of Hilarious Gaming Stories. So, one of the things I really appreciated about Ultima Online is how they did the skill up. So, you got skill, like I told you in the previous video of Greg versus a chicken, the way to increase your sword skill to I think it was to 20, hit the hanging dummy with the sword. You just hit there and whack the dummy with your sword. And slowly your skill in swordsmanship would go up until you hit about 20 and then it maxed out and you had to hit tougher opponents. But I really appreciated how Ultima Online did their skills. And because of how they did their skills, it created a guild event, would be the best way to put it. Now, if you watched my Dark Age of Camelot videos, you know I'm big on guild events. That was one of the things I brought to all my guilds when I ran them, is I created events that brought the unity of the guild together through the events. And Ultima was no different. Is if you wanted to get better at magic, you had to cast magic. If you wanted to get better at mace or sword or defense for that matter, shield, the easiest way was to duel another player. If you wanted to get better your magic resistance up, you had magic cast on you. If you wanted to get better at mining, you had to mine. If you wanted to get better at wood chopping, you had to cut wood. And if you wanted better stamina, you had to be encumbered and walk. And you'd lose your stamina, but your stamina would drain because you're over encumbered. But that's how you gain stamina points. I really like this system. And that's what we did in Ultima Online is especially in the early days, once people got maxed out, they weren't so much into this because they already had their skills. But in the early days, you'd bring in 20, 30 guild members and like 3 of us, we would cast a wall of fire. And then the players would walk through the fire, and they're taking damage. So, they could walk through, I think it was 3 to 5 times. And then you had to stop and you had to rest or heal up and get your health points up, and then you'd go through it again. And that's what we do. Walk through the fire, and this would raise your magic resistance. And the person casting the wall of fire, it would raise their spell casting ability. Another way, I still remember the name of the spell. Well, I don't know the name of the spell, but on the screen it would say Corporer, and that was just basically a magic missile from D&D. And boom, boom, boom. And you'd cast it on a person. They'd take damage, but their magic resistance would raise up. And the higher their magic resistance, the less damage they'd take from magic. And this is how Ultima Online handled skills. And I really, really, really do appreciate that.